Hey guys, welcome to day 55 of 100 of public speaking. I'm kind of in my pajamas a bit today and I'm a bit tired and I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna pace because I want to, because pacing is a form of stimming and I want to stim. I'm also quietly stimming with this. For those of you who want to know, it's called a Nido. Can you see that? There you go. From Kaiko Fidgets. They make good stuff for adults who need to stim. So I'm a lot nervous to talk about this one because it's kind of a big change that I decided to make, but I wanted to share it with you guys because I think a lot of us need this change in our lives. So what I've decided, and I'm sure a lot of you would probably choose the same in my shoes, honestly. And if not, I don't really care. So what I've decided is this. For the longest time, I thought that I had to get super fit and have everything perfect, and I had to meet certain benchmarks that I had set kind of for myself, but kind of not for myself. And these benchmarks had been set by me, but they hadn't been implanted in me by myself. They were set by expectations from old Hollywood and from mega corporations who like profiting off of suffering of the others. And I got really frustrated by that. And I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I going after these things that make no sense for me, right? But then I kept doing it. Because when you don't have the answer, you don't have the answer. And then today my brain went, you're disabled. You're not supposed to follow their expectations. Not to mention, you're not a Nepo baby. How the fuck are you going to keep up with that? Not to mention, you're 33. And this is not to say, like, make excuses and blah, blah, blah. No, this is actually more akin to accepting the reality that I am, if it's not obvious by the bags under my eyes and like the tiredness, I am working really hard and I'm fucking exhausted. And trying to keep up with all these, quite frankly, unrealistic expectations is just fucking ruining me. And then I realized, what is it all for? For a few views of people who will maybe come back and watch my stuff, but not really because I don't care. For people who don't really care about my content, because if they did, they'd actually like go to my Ko-fi and donate, or they'd go watch my stuff on other platforms. Like, what is it actually for? What is it actually for? What is the purpose? What is the goal? What is actually going to happen? What is the outcome? And you know, my brain hated that question for so long. Not because I couldn't think of an answer, but because I couldn't think of an answer that a person like me, a disabled person, who is not a Nepo baby, who doesn't fucking have connections to the industry, who also has mental health issues and CPTSD, well, the answer didn't fit people like me. The answer didn't fit a grown adult with all these issues and disabilities and who's doing their best, and their best is still not enough. The answer didn't fit me. It fit people who are neurotypical, people who are rich, people who have access to shit I don't have access to, people who don't have shit that I have, people who haven't been through the shit that I've been through. It fit those people. It fit them perfectly. But it didn't fit me. And I kind of needed the answer to fit me because it's my fucking life I'm talking about. The answer kind of hit me this morning, and I'm kind of scared. But I think this one's really big and important. It's pretty obvious. I just need to go at a pace that works for me. And that's a very loaded statement, I'm going to be honest, because that statement implies, oh, you slow down and you take your time and you do things at your own pace. And that sounds so sweet and wholesome in a vacuum. And then you start thinking of bills and taking care of yourself and how much energy everything takes. And suddenly it's not so great anymore. Suddenly it's terrifying. Suddenly it's not so much fun to slow down. Suddenly you want to jump back on that treadmill again, right? You want to like, I've got to get fit. I've got to get prettier. I've got to be more in every fucking category. More content, you know, lose more weight, put on more makeup, perform more for the masses, be prettier, be smarter, be more. Like, suddenly just not being, just being yourself is not enough. Being human is not enough. But then my brain went, how long have we been doing this? And I was like, well, yeah, like my whole life, right? You know, those internal conversations you have. And my brain goes, how much have we given? And I'm like, we've given everything. We have nothing left to give. Like, everything has been given. And then my brain went, what have we received for everything we've given? That wasn't a fun answer. It wasn't a fun answer. Because I'm in therapy, and I've been in therapy for a long time. Because I didn't receive a lot of good shit. I received a lot of bad shit. So the answer was that I had to stop. I had to stop doing things the way that I've been doing them. I can't expect myself to realistically work out every single day out of thin air. I can't expect myself to be one of those glow up overnight videos. I can't expect myself to be one of those people who's able to just hustle, and everything magically fucking works out, because I've done that and I burnt out. There are people in this world where they're going to do their best and it's going to work out for them. And there are people in this world where they're going to do their best and it's not going to be enough. You have to get to a point, and you will inevitably get to a point where you're going to ask yourself, how much more of yourself are you willing to sacrifice before you reach a point where you're like, I can't do this. I need to be the fucking priority. Not just self-care tips like bubble baths and fucking whatever other bullshit people advertise. I need to be the priority in the sense that I need to stop thinking about work all the fucking time. I need to be the priority in the sense that no, I don't want to socialize. And yes, that has to be okay. No, I'm not going to make overnight progress. It's not going to be a video where it goes from a size 20 to a size 10 in 3 minutes. And that needs to be okay. No, I'm not going to be looking perfect and pretty in every single fucking video. And that needs to be okay. Perfectionism is a goddamn nightmare. But social media thrives on that nightmare. It loves to keep you trapped in that shit. Now, here's the thing that a lot of people might disagree with, and that's okay. I don't want to get rid of social media. I don't think it needs to be gotten rid of. I just think it needs to change. I think it needs to start working with us instead of using and abusing us. I think social media can be something incredible. It started out incredible, but I think it needs to change. I can't change an entire app, and I can't change an entire platform, but I can change myself. So as of today, I am not continuing with the rat race. I'm going to do my best to do things at my own pace. If that's too slow for most people, that's not my problem anymore.